Hello and welcome to the Global Podcast. I am Gwinzer, and today we are going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the world of global conflict. If you're not aware, Global Conflict is a Battlefield community. We play on PC every week. You can go ahead and visit us at global-conflict.org. With me today we have Matsif,
Hello.
Fields,
Hi, hi.
Gardlop,
Hello.
Insanity Rocks,
Hello, everyone.
Dossel Sloth,
Hello.
01001,
Hey, yeah.
and Undertow.
Hello, everybody.
A busy group today, a big group today, even. Today we are going to talk a little bit about what global conflict is, because this may be many people's first listen to our podcast. And for our regular listeners, we're going to discuss what Undertow has brought to us in the form of GC apparel. So we shall start with a bit of information about global conflict. Matsif, is there anything that you can say about GC?
Basically, the idea behind GC is to provide an organized experience to the Battlefield game. So we've set up, armies where there's chains of command and different divisions set up so that you can specify when you sign up that, hey, I want to play in a tank, so I'll sign up for the armored division. Or, I hate vehicles altogether and I want to be in the infantry division. And then from there, you have people playing in the commander mode, giving orders to squad leaders, and then moving around to do their objective. So we've been going at this for over 10 years now, between starting with Battlefield 1942 and going all the way now through Battlefield 4, and it's worked out pretty well for us. How about you, Fields? How do you feel about your organization, since you're a general?
I like GC. This is one of the few places where you can come and play a game in such an organized fashion where it completely changes the way you normally play it. We're not just playing a BF4 pub, we're playing organized, we're playing on TeamSpeak, using Channel Commander and splitting up into squads and doing very intensely strategic things throughout every week. And we actually even have a risk system too, so every battle we play counts towards the risk system, and eventually one of the two armies will win. Hopefully my army, because it is the better army this campaign. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, you don't get this anywhere else, and the group of people that you're going to be playing with is bar none one of the best that I've ever played with, at least.
So we have mentioned the group of people we're playing with. Gardlop, what do you think about the group of people that we are playing with in GC?
The group of people in GC is from almost all nationalities in Europe and North America. We have people from Brazil, we have people from Argentina, we have people from Russia, all over Europe, and the US, of course. In the past, from what I understand, GC used to be very Euro-dominated, but as of Battlefield 3, it's shifted a little bit more. There's more NA players on now.
That's true. Going back in time, we always had a very large European contingent, but I mean, now we have people from Israel and places in the Middle East. I think we have a guy playing from Mongolia, actually, at this point, it's the most international I remember the community being.
Don't we have somebody from Alaska?
He just spoke.
Me.
A couple of them, yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And the good thing about GC as well is it's not just multinational, it's also multi-skill. There are some people here which are like in the top 100, top 10 in vehicles that they play, and then there are a lot of absolutely horrible players like myself.
And me.
Raise his hand.
Yeah, pretty much everyone that's currently recording here we're pretty bad at the game, or passable. So skill is not much of a factor for joining. We take everyone. So before Fields mentioned the risk system, Insanity, do you want to go a little bit more in depth on what we mean with our kind of GC metagame?
I will give it a go. So rather than just sort of showing up each weekend to fight each other, which can be fun in and of itself, GC puts a risk game on top of Battlefield. We have a world map where we have carved out territories and theaters, and each army takes its turn each week to attack certain territories. If they win a territory, obviously they have more control of the map, and which leads to a bigger percentage of what we call world control points. And if they're able to take all the maps within a particular theater, they get additional points. So it's not only, getting, the most tickets per win, it is winning the most territories. So it's a nice strategy addition to the game that so far everyone seems to enjoy.
Yeah, so there's a lot happening kind of outside of the direct game itself. How about the game itself, Sloth? What do you think of the settings that we use?
I think it's fun. It's a bit different from pub play. We kind of mix hardcore and normal. So there's no 3D spotting, and there's no health regen, and it's spawn on squad leader only. So it's more like older games in the Battlefield series. But and health is possibly going to be slightly lower. I think that's still up in the air a bit at the moment, but it's possibly either 80, 90, or 100% health. I think it's been thrown around. So it's based to trying to force, or not force, but promote team play, which is good because that's what we're after.
Yeah, our server settings, I think, they're pretty good. They are basically based on the kind of BF2 era, and we feel that gives us the kind of best experience overall. Also, as you said, it's a kind of a mixture between hardcore and normal settings, which kind of appeals to both types of players.
Because you still get the mini-map and everything as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not full-on hardcore, but it's not like full-on pub play either. So
It's different. I mean, we have a little bit faster time to kill. The way you have to approach objectives is a little bit different as opposed to just spotting, pressing Q as much as you can, hoping that you spot something again that Dorito shoot at. It's definitely a different type of atmosphere. It can make it a little bit more challenging, but at the same time, much more rewarding.
Yeah, and it makes a great difference for vehicle gameplay, especially air vehicles. You can't just dominate everything on the ground. You can't tell if something's friendly or not.
You can still spot. They show up on the mini-map. You just don't see the Dorito.
Yeah, but like you can't help out a friendly tank in a close battle with another tank. So you just shell the two both together and hope for the best.
That's my play style.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how it ends up being for me. Hopefully not for good pilots. It's not just those direct game changes we make. We've also made some kind of less obvious adjustments. At the moment, we've been playing with kind of overall ticket counts and also the ticket bleed rate, which we've always felt has been a little bit too high for BF4. So at the moment, we've kind of reduced that by, I think, half.
Today at the scrim, we dropped the tickets for most of the day down to 75% of normal. So for a 64-player Conquest large map, you'd be playing on 600 tickets instead of 800 tickets. But we also dropped the bleed rate by half down to 50% of what it normally is. So it gets to... You bleed slower even though you still have lower tickets, so it doesn't feel like you just take 3 flags and hold it and then suddenly the map's over and one team won by 200 or 300 tickets all the time.
Much better chance of a comeback with this setting. The rounds are a lot closer, which is much more entertaining and much better gameplay.
Oh, I love that. I love when the round is like, you've got one team with like 20 tickets, the other one with like a dozen tickets, and you got to fight it out, and it gets so tense, you just don't know what's going to happen. It could really sway either way. Those are some of the best rounds.
We got close to that today a couple times actually in our scrim. I think we had a couple of rounds won by less than 100 tickets, a couple with less than 50 tickets, which is, we didn't see that last campaign. We haven't seen it since BF3, which is always good to get back because those games that are won by 1, 2, less than 10 tickets are the ones that everybody remembers forever. I mean, I've been playing here since BF2 campaign 3, and there's maps or battles I remember on Karkand in that campaign when I first started at GC that were won by less than 10 tickets, and it's just something that sticks with you.
Yeah, certainly the variants when you're told everybody hold spawn, that's when you know that things are really, really going to get good.
Yeah.
Or the rounds that everybody go golf or whatever flag and cap it. I like the rushes a lot.
The Zergs are entertaining. It's either a sign of desperation or a sign of total dominance.
Exactly.
So that's how we play O1. What about what times we play?
Well, we start at 6 p.m. GMT or 1 p.m. EST, and we play for 6 hours with, let's say, a 10-minute break between maps and a 30-minute break between switching servers from the EU server to the US server. And we mostly play on Saturday, and each team has a practice day or more. And we sometimes play on Tuesdays, but not this campaign.
So as you said there, it ends up being about 3 hours on a Euro server, then 3 hours on an American server, which gives our guys on both sides of the pond a kind of fair chance to play. One thing we do in GC is, because we know that people work in different time zones, and some people might be on European, others American, some people go out of Russia, as we've mentioned. We have developed a system which we call Standard Battle Time, SBT. That's an easy way for people to know what time things take place in their local area. Basically, we have got a fixed point in time in every day. Is called SBT. That's about 6 p.m. in Europe, 1 p.m. in Eastern America.
And the glorious 9 in the morning in Alaska.
Yeah. And we base all of our kind of planned events around this time of SBT. For example, our battle days, they start at SBT, which would be 6 o'clock in the UK. And they last for 6 hours, so they end at SBT plus 6. It's a very handy way of being able to quickly organise what times we'll be running events without people having to go out and get a kind of time zone conversion clock or whatever. They just work out what SBT is in their own local time, and then they can work, plus or minus from that. We do have a countdown clock on our front page at global-conflict.org, which always counts down to the time it is to the next battle. Undertow, do you want to mention some of the other things that Global Conflict does when we're not playing Battlefield?
We kind of like to play other games during the week as well. We're active in PlanetSide with our sister community Black Intel. So we like to hop in our TS channel every Sunday at SBT plus 2 and play some PlanetSide 2. There are other people that like enjoy games like Company of Heroes, DayZ, Wargame, and actually a lot of stuff. So if you guys are bored out of Battlefield, you can always hop on our TeamSpeak channel and find other people that have fun with different games and meet them and play together.
Not to mention, there's a whole lot of hype being built up for the upcoming Star Citizen game, which GC is going to have a decent-sized organization, hopefully, along with friends from other communities. So a lot of us are really looking forward to that game as well.
So that's all we have to say for kind of GC information. If you're listening to the first time, hopefully that's been enough for you to visit our website, which is once again global-conflict.org. And for our regular community members, we want to make mention of our GC Global Conflict apparel, which Undertow has kindly begun to offer us. Undertow, do you want to give us some more information on this kind of products that you're giving to us?
Yep, thank you very much. Well, I started an initiative providing apparel for esports organizations, and our lovely host, Mr. Blue, asked me if he can get one, and he also mentioned that other members from GC might be interested in that. So I made a poll under the topic Thrax Esports Apparel, which is the name of my company, in the tavern section. You can go and see what are the products offered, and you can show your interest by voting. We're thinking of offering a dry fast polyester jersey, a hoodie, or a flat brim hat that Matsiv hates so much. So if you would like to get one, you can vote. I will be giving these products on cost prices because there is an additional shipping cost that we must include. Hopefully, the price at the end will be acceptable by everyone. There is also the need to create a custom design for GC. So if there are any designers out there that that would like to get their hands on, I will be giving a custom GC mousepad to the design that's going to be selected by the community. Otherwise, I will get my own designer to create our beautiful GC design. And as soon as we get all the people that want to get these products, we'll start producing them. So make sure to leave a message in the forum, and I'll send you sizes, and you can pick whatever you want.
Yeah, that's really super. I'm really looking forward to getting some, like a GC hoodie or a GC cap or some kind.
Dude, I so want that.
I want one with my name on it.
We can put the name, your name on the back. That is totally customizable. So when you select your product, you're just gonna say that if you like your name or not, and something else, maybe like I love bears or I hate people.
So with that, we will close off this podcast. Thank you all for listening. As I've mentioned a couple of times already, our website is global-conflict.org. If you're interested in joining us at all, please just give it a look in. You know, I think we're a pretty good group of guys, and you'll probably enjoy your time with us. So thank you for listening. I have been Gwinter. With me today has been Matsif, Fields, Guardlock, Insanity Box, Adossosloth, 01001, and Undertow. Recording for us today has been Mr. Blue. Thank you and goodbye.